Oh, my. Oh. You know, before we get into the review, I'm just sitting here rewatching the ending of Monday Night Raw tonight, and I just can't smile. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling. I also can't stop laughing. All right, we'll get into the review in just a second, but Paul Heyman, oh, Paul Heyman, man, you are you are something else. You are something else. All right, let's get it. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka G-Lord33, and I am here tonight with your Monday Night Raw review and results for September 2nd, 2019. Man, oh man, do we have a lot to talk about tonight. All right, Monday Night Raw just went off the air a little bit ago, and I could have went live right after Raw ended, but I wanted to wait a little bit. I wanted to wait a couple seconds, and my goodness, I'm sitting here in shock. All right, I'm just trying to turn off my TV, but I'm sitting here in shock still because what we saw at the end of Raw tonight, honestly, that's gonna go down as probably one of the best endings to Raw all year. All right, it probably is. That was spectacular. Bayley turning heel, the Boston Hug connection. They appear to be stronger than ever. And man, the possibilities this sets up. We got a lot to talk about. Most of this show, we're gonna be talking about Sasha makes a Bayley. We're also gonna talk about the Universal title situation, everything going down with Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. And I'm gonna tell you guys why WWE has already made me not care about Braun Strowman versus Seth Rollins. I didn't care that much before, but after what WWE did tonight, I don't care. I care even less. Let's just say that I care even less about Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman going into Clash Champions. We're also going to talk about the King of the Ring tournament. We had two matches tonight in the quarterfinals or the semifinals, whatever. We had Ricochet versus Samoa Joe. The match ended in controversy, and we'll talk about that and why I disagree with what happened. We're also going to talk about Baron Corbin and Cedric Alexander probably having the match of the night tonight. All right, but mainly our focus is going to be on Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch, and we're gonna have to talk about Charlotte since she's involved because Bayley will be facing Charlotte at Clash of Champions for the SmackDown Women's title. The possibilities this sets up, man, and I just want to say this: people, I've been saying this for a couple months now, but Sasha Banks has returned. Sasha Banks has returned since the night after SummerSlam. She in the last 4 weeks that she has been back, she has turned the women's division upside down. The women's division was probably at its lowest point all year. All year. All right. After the Becky, Ron, and Charlotte feud ended at Mania with Becky walking up with the two belts, Becky two belts. After that all ended, we went into the summer or the springtime into the summer months, and WWE's women's division was absolute garbage. We were getting Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. All right, what we're seeing now with Sasha, Bayley, Becky, everything that's going on, that's what we should have had after WrestleMania because that should have gone all the way into SummerSlam, in my opinion. All right, because Becky's momentum slowed down so much after WrestleMania because the story they were telling with Lacey Evans and getting Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin involved in matches and in a feud that we just didn't care about. It was ruining the product in my eyes. It was ruining the product, and now with everything that's going on since Sasha's return, the women's division is looking stronger than ever, and I am so happy, so happy. We're now officially in the fall. It's September. It's a new month. Then we're in the fall season. We're getting close to the end of the year, And man, oh man, I haven't been this excited about women's wrestling in a long time. In a long time. And it's because of one person, the best female wrestler in the world. All you people, all you freaking scrubs on Twitter and social media that were roasting Sasha Banks for taking her ball and going home. Yeah, and since then, the women's division has been flipped upside down. And Paul Heyman, man, Paul Heyman, we know he's been probably the biggest influencer, behind Sasha's heel turn and the way she's been portrayed since he's come back. And man, oh man, after what he did tonight, he is doing an absolute spectacular job. Spectacular job. The only small blemish is Sasha's promo from last week. It wasn't perfect, all right? In my opinion, it was a good promo. It could have been a little bit better if Sasha was allowed to say everything she wanted to say, all right? And I've talked to sources confirming that Sasha Banks was handcuffed, man. But what we saw tonight, there's no way that Vince McMahon was involved, all right? Because I can't see Vince McMahon being able to book an ending like we saw tonight. This had to be Paul Heyman. This had to be Paul Heyman. And if it was Paul Heyman, man, thumbs up, right? Thumbs up. I'm gonna back my camera up a little bit, hopefully that's better. But man, oh man, I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock, but I'm so excited going into Clash of Champions now because there's so many ways they could go with this story. So many ways. Nobody saw Bayley turning heel tonight. All right, if you told me Bayley was going to turn heel at the beginning of the night, like great for you, but no one saw that coming. That's gonna go down as probably maybe the most shocking ending of Raw all year. All right, probably. But man, oh man, the possibility. So we're gonna get into it. All right, we're gonna get into it. Let me see if WWE posted, um, because I know one thing WWE does now is they don't post their segments and the match highlights until after the show has ended. So let me see. I want to get into the Sasha versus Becky promo. All right, and this was really good. All right, really, really good. I just want to let you guys know we're gonna mainly be talking about Sasha Banks and Bayley tonight. All right, we're gonna talk about everything else that happened on the show, but we're mainly gonna be focusing on the Sasha and Bayley situation. Let me see. There we go. The clip is live on the YouTube channel. So this is Becky Lynch. Let me turn my volume up. All right, yeah. So I think this is the full segment almost. All right, so this is Becky Lynch issuing or Becky Lynch accepting Sasha Banks' challenge for a Raw Women's title match. So let's get into it. I like the way Becky started off that promo. She went right to it. Sasha Banks, where are you? I'm not gonna lie, Becky had some really good points. One thing that I'm a Becky Lynch fan, all right? I'm a Sasha Banks fan first, but I am a Becky Lynch fan. All right. I was very much behind her, during her feud with Ronda Rousey. I love Becky Lynch. But one thing, when it comes to her character as the man, that could be a little bit annoying is yes, she's great on the mic, but sometimes I feel like she's trying to force the crowd to get behind her. And I'm not gonna say I don't know who if this is Becky writing her own promos or somebody else writing Becky's promos for her, but so many times she tries to make herself look like the victim. and sometimes it looks like a heel move at times. She mentioned how Sasha in NXT, and Becky was always the girl left behind, and Sasha, when she got to the main roster, she was in the main events and she was in the championship matches against mainly Charlotte, and Becky was struggling to get TV time. Yeah, 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 but it makes Becky look like more of a complainer in a way. Yes, Becky has had so much success. Becky has legit been the face of the company over the last year. If you guys remember, it's September now. It's basically been 1 year since Becky Lynch became the man. And I love the man character, and I love what she's done with it. But at times it does get a little bit annoying with her whining. Always talking about how she was the one left behind. She was the one, this and that. Becky Lynch has had a lot of success. A lot of success. All right. And the last year, Becky has been the face of the company. So every time she's mentioning all this crap about her being left behind, her not getting TV time, her like honestly, like, why do you keep mentioning that? You've had more success in the last year than most superstars get in an entire career. You've made events at WrestleMania, all right, which is probably the best honor you can get in this company. You've been a double champion, all right. You've main evented pay-per-views. You've had five-star, well, not five-star matches, but you had one of the best women's matches I've seen in my entire life against Charlotte at WWE Evolution. All right, you're the first I mean, not the first female, but you're on the cover of WWE 2K20, one of the only female superstars to grace the cover of a WWE video game. So, like, and I understand it's her character talking and all that, but still, I just sometimes find it a little bit unnecessary. That's just my opinion. Mhm. So Becky basically saying, I've dealt with Charlotte, I've dealt with Ronda, I've dealt with other people in the division. Now it's your turn. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. See, and this is where, all right, and I'm not gonna lie, Paul Heyman did a great job with this, because no one would thought what Becky saying about Bayley here would result in Bayley's heel turn at the end of the night. Nobody would think that at all. All right, man, Paul Heyman did a great job planting the seeds right here during Becky's promo earlier in the night. Becky mentioning how Bayley's had success since Sasha left. Remember, all right, some of the reports that we heard is the reason why Becky won Money in the Bank at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and the reason why she cashed in and became SmackDown Women's Champion. Part of that is kind of WWE trying to, extend an olive branch to Sasha, saying, "Hey, look at your best friend Bayley. She's even though she's unhappy that they lost the women's tag team titles at Mania, even though she was unhappy with the booking and some of the decisions, she's still here. She's still here every single week touring with us. At all the shows, etc., etc., etc. Right? And now." They decide, oh, here what we're gonna do. We're gonna reward her by giving her Money in the Bank. We're gonna reward her by giving her the SmackDown Women's title. And now Becky's mentioning all that. But what Becky did not know is Becky opening up her mouth about Bayley. What that would lead to later in the night, man. Oh my goodness. Paul Heyman, you are a genius. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, Becky had some really good points in this promo. This segment was really, really good. All right. Becky mentioning how Sasha, basically, Becky here saying is Sasha's more talented than me. All right. When it comes to this in ring ability, Sasha has wrestling passion in her blood. All right, she's her inspiration, Eddie Guerrero, all this other stuff that Becky was saying. In all honesty, Becky's saying here that Sasha should be the one. Sasha should be the man. Sasha should be the one on the covers of WWE magazines and on the cover of WWE 2K20 and all that. With all the popularity and all that. But Sasha took her ball and went home. Becky's saying, "Oh, when I was at my lowest, I didn't leave. I didn't take my ball and go home. I stayed. I grinded. I fight, and I made it to the top of the women's division." Becky is giving some good points here. All right, but then Sasha Banks would come out a little bit and then turn the tables. I don't know about that part. Becky saying Sasha treated her badly. I think that says Becky's character talking because based on everything I've heard, Sasha and Becky are pretty good friends. Behind the scenes, I've seen numerous photos of them together. All right, over the years. So I think that's just Becky's character talking because I don't think oh man, Sasha's respected by basically everybody in the locker room. She's well liked, so I don't know what Becky's saying there, but okay. Mm. I love how Becky got hyped when Sasha came out. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. We really don't know. Would Becky have become the man? Would she have become the man? If Nia didn't break her face. That was really the moment that Becky, became on fire. We don't know that night. That night when Becky and the woman and SmackDown Live when they invaded Monday Night Raw, all right, on the Build to Survivor series. That's gonna go down as, in my opinion, as one of the more iconic moments in the history of Monday Night Raw. All right, probably in this era. That's probably gonna go down as Becky's number one moment of all time. All right, we all remember the moment when Nia broke her face and Becky just standing at the top of the arena, holding her arms out with her nose busted, blood going everywhere after she just kicked the crap out of Ronda Rousey. That's a very iconic moment, at least for me. All right, and we don't know. We know that Becky versus Ronda Rousey was supposed to happen at that Survivor Series, but would Becky have gained the popularity that she has now? Would she have became the man like she is now if Nia didn't break her face? We don't know. Probably not. All right, but hey, no, I love Sasha, man. Hmm. Mm. Sasha with the facts. And that's just Sasha trying to get heel heat because let's be serious, here, Sasha's still getting a lot of babyface reactions. All right, most times when she's coming out, she's getting a babyface reaction, and it's then up to her doing something. That's how she gets the heel. That's when she gets the heel reaction because Sasha's an easy person that you want to root for. If you look at the story, if I was not as big a Sasha Banks fan as I am, if I was just a casual WWE fan, right? If I was just a casual, just looking in, not just looking to this Becky and Sasha feud, I would probably just root for Sasha, not knowing anything. Because you look at the story, how Sasha has been treated, even though she's one of the best women's wrestlers of all time. The way she's been treated by Vince and Kevin Dunn and the people backstage, right? How fans are always trying to find ways to hate what she's doing in the ring, right? And then then coming back right with this vengeance, ready to take on the world. I would want to vote for Sasha. I would want to cheer for Sasha, and there's still so many fans out there. Sasha has so many fans. You know, arguably her and Becky are probably the two most popular in the entire division. In the entire division, Charlotte and Bayley are up there. But if you really have to take two women in the women's division as the most popular, it's Sasha and Becky. It's Sasha and Becky. They're the ones that are always, selling all the merch. They're the ones that are always being picked to do events because fans love them. And, and the thing about it is, Sasha's so respected. She's so well liked backstage. Uh, you know, other than maybe a couple instances when with Alexa Bliss, Sasha is loved backstage and respected by basically everyone because everyone loves her passion for the business and how she always wants to get better and do what's right for the company, right? Sasha's so well respected that it's really hard to root against her. Even when Sasha's acting like a heel, even when she's acting like ratchet Sasha Banks, right? People still want to root for her because they see how much she loves this business, how she's always willing to put her body on the line. She doesn't care if she gets injured. She just wants to do the best job. In those stupid matches when she was put against Absolution or on the Riot Squad, she would always give her all, doing moves that we haven't seen before, right? Because that's how much she loves this business. And it's hard. It's really hard for people to not cheer for her. She's trying her hardest to be a heel, but fans want her to be a babyface. Like I understand. I understand. Sasha's doing everything right when it comes to the heel turn. But it's gonna take a while for fans to actually embrace her heel side. This was the case in NXT, you guys remember. When Sasha was at the top of her game as NXT Women's Champion as a heel, fans were still cheering her. And even no matter what she did, fans would cheer her. It's just the natural thing. It's just the natural thing. All right. All right. Let's get back to the problem. Yowie wows. So Sasha basically issuing the challenge to Becky Lynch. What I, I'm just gonna say this, all right? I've been saying this on Twitter. I've been saying this each and every week. The main event for Clash of Champions should not be Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. All right, the build, everything we've seen so far, that is not worthy to be the main event for Clash Champions. It shouldn't be Bayley versus Shawn. It shouldn't be Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. Even though the build for Kofi and Randy has been pretty great. All right, everything we saw, and after what we saw tonight, the main event for Clash of Champions should easily be Sasha versus Becky. No questions asked. The boss versus the man. Like, take my money. Just take my money. Oh. Well, let's just hear that one more time. Let's see that one more time. Let's hear that one more time. Put that on a t-shirt. Someone put that on a t-shirt and take my money. The man is gonna be the boss's bitch. Absolutely savage by Sasha Banks. All right. The only thing I wish is I wish Sasha said that in Becky's face because Sasha was on the ramp when she said it, but still, what a line! That could go down as one of the lines of the year. All right, gotta go down to one of the lines of the year. Absolutely a fantastic promo segment. You know, I don't know if there's going to be a contract signing. Probably not. I'm willing to bet what I would do just because everything you've done in this feud has made Sasha look strong. Becky knows how to keep herself looking strong through her promo work, right? But everything they've done the last 4 weeks has made Sasha look strong. All I would do probably next week, I'd probably do some kind of pull apart brawl. All right, maybe get other stars of the women's division involved, or get a bunch of referees and officials out there. Do a pull apart brawl in Madison Square Garden next week, so both look strong going into Clash Champions. But there is no way after everything you've done these couple weeks, there's no way Sasha doesn't win at Clash Champions. There's no way, no way. All right, if Sasha loses at Clash of Champions after everything you've done to build her up, then what was the point of bringing her back? What was the point in bringing her back? There is no way after everything you've done, after all the momentum Sasha has going into Clash Champions, there's no way you're gonna go in and have Becky win clean. All right, the only situation is if some kind of fuck finish or DQ something happens, because these two are gonna go out there in Hell in a Cell. Right, they're gonna go out in Hell in a Cell. But I am loving this feud. I am loving what they did with the promo segment, and that's only half of it. That's only half of it. We haven't even talked about the main event, which we're gonna talk about right now. So basically, what happened? So later on the evening, Bailey did a segment or a backstage interview. I think it was Charlie Caruso. Charlie Caruso kept asking Bailey, "What have you spoken to Sasha? What is your thoughts on the whole situation? What's going on? Yada yada this, yada yada that." And Bailey just said, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about it." All right. Oh, my boy Eric says in the comment, gonna have to bring Bayley to beat Becky if Sasha don't win. Um, no, there's no. We're not gonna get in that because there's no way. There's no way unless Vince McMahon is on crack. All right. There's no way Sasha is losing at Clash of Champions. If you did, I'm gonna have to go to. I'm gonna have to go to Connecticut and we're gonna have to have a riot. All right. There's like no. I'm trusting that Paul Heyman knows what he's doing, and he's not gonna let Clash of Champions let Sasha lose. That's why I'm trusting. I'm hoping that's what's the plan, but we'll still have to wait and see. But yeah, back, later, Bailey did an interview with Charlie Caruso, and Charlie Caruso kept asking. Bailey kept saying, "Oh, me and Sasha had a conversation. I'm not going to get into the details of that conversation." And that was part two. That was part two. That should have been the second clue that Paul Heyman and WWE were teasing a Bailey heel turn. First off, you had Becky basically calling Bailey out during her promo, backstage interview, in my opinion. Right. So then you get into it and you get to part three, the main event. The main event. And you knew something was going to happen. You were going to just have a random tag team match between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross against Becky versus Bayley be your main event unless something was going to happen. Midway through the match, and you can tell the timing that the show went off is a little bit weird because this match started around what was it, around like 10:45, I want to say. There was like barely over 10 minutes left of the show. I was like, so how they gonna do this match? They came back from commercial and there was legit only like 4 or 5 minutes left in the show. And USA goes off the air at 11, like right at 11 because they had to get into the next program. They had the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Becky Lynch show, after that, which I watched was pretty actually entertaining. But you get into all that and hold on. Oh, WWE has the clip on. Get into all that, and you see what's going on in the main event. Sasha comes out, and we come back from commercial. There's only about 5 minutes left in the show, and I'm like, what they're gonna do here? Sasha's definitely gonna have to get involved some way. So Becky gets into the match, and she's fighting off Nikki Cross. She's fighting off Alexa Bliss, and then there's like 2 minutes left in the show. I'm like, what's going on? So it looks like Becky, she's about to finish off Bliss. Then Sasha comes out of nowhere, and Bayley's on the outside of the ring. I'm like, whoa, Sasha just called a disqualification just to get at, Becky again, right? So Sasha's just absolutely beating the crap out of Becky. And I'm like, wouldn't Bayley be mad at Sasha? Because basically Sasha cost Bayley the win in a way, since she got both by attacking Becky, that gets both Becky and Bayley disqualified. Well, It caused a disqualification, but you guys know what I mean. So Sasha gets a chair and she starts blasting Becky in the back with the chair again. All right, just like she did 3 weeks ago. Then Bayley stops Sasha, and this is where it gets good. Bayley stops Sasha. All right, and then all of a sudden, this is legit maybe 30 seconds on the show, and I'm just thinking, all right, Sasha and Bayley, are they gonna start going at it? What's gonna happen here? Sasha's looking at Bayley like, what the hell's wrong with you? What are you doing? All right. And then, oh man, this moment was sweet. People know me. I'm not the biggest Bayley fan, but I've been saying for at least 2 years, ask Moose, ask the guy I did my wrestling podcast with. I've been saying for 2 years, I'm not a fan of Bayley's TV character. She's great in the ring. She's not as good as Sasha, but she's great in the ring. All right. But I've been saying for 2 years, Bayley should be a heel. Bayley should be a heel, and finally, after all these years, we've been complaining for years that Sasha should turn heel again. If anybody needed a heel turn, it needed to be Bayley. Bayley is so boring as a babyface, in my opinion. She's just I can't stand her Teletubby character. All right, and people always think I'm hating on Bayley. I'm not hating on Bayley. This is the way I feel. She's great in the ring. She's great. All right, I just don't like her TV character. I just don't like the fact that she's out here hugging people. Like, no, act more serious. What we saw Bailey with that sinister smile tonight, and then she just starts hammering away at Becky Lynch, and unfortunately, but Sasha and Bailey holding hands over Becky's corpse. As this happened off the air, and hopefully, I'll keep checking WWE's YouTube page. Hopefully, there's a clip of of what happened after Raw went off the air. I just want to see Bayley just beating the crap out of Becky a little bit more. But honestly, what we saw tonight was great. It was really, really great. What up, Sleepy Angels? Good to see you. Um, but let me see. Man, just rewatching the scene, it gives me goosebumps. Sasha and Bayley just looking at each other, and you can tell the way the crowd reacted. The crowd was so happy to see Bayley turn heel. Look at Bayley smile. Look at Bayley smile. Boom! Yes. And Sasha just Sasha staying in the corner like a proud sister. Like, yes. And the crowd was so happy. Yes. So now the boss and Hug connection are back. Back as heels now. This is oh yep. Oh yeah, WWE just posted a clip. There's an there's an exclusive clip on WWE's YouTube page from when Raw went off the air of the post match attack. I gotta see this. And I'm acting like a fanboy right now. I should be acting a little bit more professional, but I'm acting like a legit fanboy. What we saw tonight was great. Great. So after the show, Sasha and Bailey holding hands, or Sasha raising Bailey's hand, Bailey throws down the chair. They are smiling, loving it. Loving it. So this would have been shown on the air if they had more time. Sasha and Bailey just looking at Becky. Oh, I'm loving this. Becky trying to get up. Sasha and Bailey both leaving the ring. And Sasha and Bailey hugging. The boss and hug connection are back. I love this. And you can hear the boos. You can hear some boos, some cheers. So Sasha getting that heel heat. Are they holding hands? Yes, they are. Holding hands as they leave the arena. Love it. Love it. Great. Oh, man. The boss and hug connection. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. Great. Great. I don't. So now, and anybody was following me on Twitter, scenario time. Scenario time. I have no idea where they go from here. like I said, the first thing is Sasha has to win at Clash Champions. There is no doubt in my life. No, I'm 99.9% sure Sasha's winning at Clash Champions. Now, I also think Bayley's going to retain against Charlotte. I thought, and Eric, I feel you. I feel you. Dude, champions like Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. Yes, we're not supposed to say Chris Benoit, but I can say that this is my champion. All right, but Sasha and Bayley, I originally thought Charlotte was they were gonna give Charlotte her 10th title reign at Night of Champions, but no. The way I'm looking at this, the ideas going through my head. Sasha has to win, at Clash of Champions. Bayley's probably gonna retain. The thing that's gonna be interesting is, do you turn Charlotte into a baby face again? Is that what you do? All right, because it's gonna be a little bit weird. I'm hoping. I don't think they're gonna do that, but there's definitely WWE logic. Vince McMahon could be like, "Oh, I don't like this." So next week Bayley goes into a baby face. Bayley stays baby. Bayley goes back into normal baby face Bayley. WWE could just be like, "Oh, it was just a one night thing. Bayley was just didn't like what Becky said about her. That's it." But hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully, I don't think that he was going to do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But if you look at it, Sasha needs to win at Clash Champions. Bailey's probably going to retain now. I don't know if he turns her a babyface because it would be weird. Heel versus heel. I don't know where you go with that. All right, I hope they don't do that, but you never know with this company. Um. Oh. But do champions. Where does that leave us for Survivor Series? Where does that leave us for? Because we all thought Sasha was going to win at Clash of Champions. Then Sasha was going to, beat Becky at Hell in a Cell, and that was going to set up Sasha versus Bayley at Survivor Series. I don't see that doing that now. Maybe I just have an idea. This is just me. What if heel Boston Hug connection? What if Sasha and Bayley go back and get the women's tag team champions again? This just came in my mind after the Bayley heel turn. All right, they could easily do that. Like let me explain this to you. Right now, Alexa and Nikki Cross, they don't have challengers for Clash Champions. They don't have opponents. They don't have opponents at all. At all. Next week, you have Sasha and Bailey come out, and you have Sasha and Bailey. They challenge Alexa and Nikki. All right. And then to start the show at Clash Champions, you have Sasha and Bayley win the women's tag team titles. Or you want to do that on the pre-show, or if you want, you can just do that match next week on Raw if you wanted to. All right. Then Bayley retains later in the night, and then the main event you have Sasha win the Raw Women's title. Then to end the night, you have Sasha and Bayley standing in the ring, dual champions, both of them. All right, women's tag team titles. Sasha's Raw Women's Champion, and Bayley is SmackDown Women's Champion. And from there, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities going through my head here. Maybe if you want, I'm just giving you an idea here. We have WWE 2K20 coming out. We know we have the Four Horsewomen showcase mode they're taking. I have an idea. You have Sasha Banks and Bayley as the women's tag team champions, and also Bayley as the SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha as the Raw Women's Champion. What if you do this? All right, you turn Charlotte into a babyface, right? You have Charlotte and Becky against Sasha and Bayley Survivor Series winner take all. So the tag team titles are on the line, and the Raw and SmackDown Women's titles on the line. And you have Sasha and Bayley win that match. Tell me that wouldn't be an amazing main event for Survivor Series. I'm gonna do another video on that later in the week. All right, because we can go more in depth on that topic. Because we spent already 40 minutes just talking about Sasha and Bayley, even though I don't mind, but still, after what we saw tonight, the possibilities that they can go are endless. All I'm gonna say is Paul Heyman did a great job here. Great job here. I enjoyed this segment so much. I don't know why my nose is so itchy, but enough good things I can say about this segment. There's just not enough. But man, my nose is itchy today. But fantastic segment. Love it, love it, love it. I haven't been this happy in a long time. Love, long time, man. And yes, Paul Heyman. This had to be Paul Heyman. This couldn't. I don't believe this was Kevin Dunn or Vince. This had to be Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, you have my great, great job. What a twist! That's the kind of writing we need on WWE programming. That's the kind of writing we need. The twists we got tonight, that makes people invest in your product and they make you want to come back the next week. All right. So enough about Sasha and Bayley, even though I can go on for another hour about this. Let's go into the rest of the show really quickly so we can get out of here. So next up, let's talk about the Universal title situation, the tag team title situation with Braun Strowman and Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. Oh, thank you, AEW. Eric says, "Hey, if this is AEW, if this is all while causing what we saw tonight, hey, AEW, keep doing what you're doing. Because WWE tonight, Raw was a really good show just because of what we saw tonight with Sasha, Bayley, and Becky. So now, getting into the Universal title situation." I don't care really about Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. I'm sorry. All right, I feel like WWE is trying way too hard to make Seth Rollins look cool, and I just don't care about Strowman because Strowman's just not that great a wrestler. He's not that appealing to me when it's not a gimmick match. But in my opinion, in my opinion, WWE already dropped the ball. They make you not want to care about Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman at Class Champions. You want to know why? Because of one guy, Bray Wyatt. And I love Bray Wyatt. I have absolutely, absolutely, all right, 100% behind the Bray Wyatt character. Yeah, other than what Sasha Banks has been doing on the main roster, you know, um, Bray Wyatt has been my second favorite thing. Those have been the two things on the main roster that I've been, ecstatic about. But but after what we saw tonight, WWE, it's making it predict. Basically, this is what it is. WWE basically told you tonight. They basically told you tonight. No matter who wins, no matter who wins at Clash of Champions between Rollins and Strowman, no matter who wins, Bray Wyatt's going to be the Universal Champion. And yes, I want Bray Wyatt to be the Universal Champion. I love the Fiend character. I love everything they're doing with him. All right, but but you don't gotta make it predictable. Yes, you had Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt basically went on Twitter last week and he challenged, um, Rollins or Strowman for Hell in a Cell. All right, and I didn't really mind it that much. And plus, you don't have many challenges for Seth Rollins to face. You don't have many, heels. Even though, in my opinion, I look at Bray Wyatt as a tweener, to be honest, because the guy is so over right now with that character that fans don't want to boo him. All right, they cheer anything Bray Wyatt does. All right, but you know, I'm gonna make it predictable. Why did you have to make it predictable? You could have just let Rollins and Strowman do what they had to do at Clash of Champions, and then after Clash of Champions, if you wanted to bring Bray Wyatt in, yes. But now it doesn't matter if Rollins or Strowman wins, or a DQ happens, or a fuck finish, or whatever. All right, you're telling us that Bray Wyatt is going to be the Universal Champion, and when Wyatt does win that championship, he's not losing that championship. Probably not until WrestleMania. I'm being serious. Bray Wyatt should not be losing at all. At all. All right. I do think it's a little bit early to be giving him the Universal Championship. All right, but I don't mind it. Bray Wyatt, he's been in the business for years, and he's a former WWE champion. I liked how in Bray Wyatt's promo tonight, two things I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the part of Vince McMahon, the puppet Vince McMahon. Wyatt that's feeding $100 bills, and the puppet just eating them. It's like Vince will do anything to get money. I love the symbolism in that. And I also loved how at the end of Wyatt's promo, he said basically, what was that? I just had him on Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman have both taken something from me in the past. I don't know what it is. All right, I tried to think about it, but I couldn't really come up with anything. But hey, it makes me want to see where they go with this. I just don't agree with basically teasing, and basically spoiling classic champions in a way. Because no matter what, we know that at Hell in a Cell, Wyatt's gonna face either Strowman or Rollins. In my opinion, it's most likely gonna be Rollins. All right, 'cause I don't see WWE just giving the Universal title to Strowman just to give the title to Wyatt at Hell in a Cell. Because it doesn't matter who Wyatt faces. All right, Wyatt's not losing. If he loses, you fucked up the character. There's no point of having Bray Wyatt on WWE TV. Just like having Sasha Banks lose at Clash of Champions makes Sasha's return look meaningless. It's just that simple. It's just that simple at the end of the day. But you know, I don't agree with what they did. Don't agree with them basically spoiling Clash of Champions. They could have waited until after the pay per view, but hey, it is what it is. So there was a contract signing tonight between Rollins and Strowman. There's not much to talk about when it comes to the contract signing. Nothing really happened in the contract signing, or nothing of importance really. But basically, it was just Strowman saying you're gonna get these, you're gonna get these hands. And Rollins, man, I'm tired of him. He said, "Oh, I slayed the beast, all right, and now at Clash Champion, I'm gonna have to slay the monster." Yada yada this, yada yada that. But Rollins signed the contract, but Strowman never got a chance to. So after that, the OC comes out, and basically, Styles. I like this, but it also pissed me off in a way. Styles is legit walking around mocking, how title opportunities are earned in WWE these days. All right, basically, oh man, we just giving out titles opportunities like the mailman gives out your mail every day. That's basically the way it is. And Styles is like, oh, Rollins gets title challenges like that, but I'm walking backstage with the United States Championship, and we're still, after tonight, we're next week will be the final show before Clash of Champions. Styles still doesn't have an opponent for the U.S. Championship. I'm still saying I would love to have AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio, or AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander, but still, I would at least want some build towards the match. Like, damn. Like, come on. AJ Styles is too good than not have an opponent already set for him for Clash of Champions. The guy, in my opinion, is the best wrestler in the world. Like, come on, it's common sense. It's AJ freaking Styles. All right, but Styles, basically what Styles wanted is he wanted the OC to get another tag team championship opportunity. And basically, he walks into the ring, and basically he basically um rips up the contract between Rollins and Strowman. And then going into the break, we come back, we have a tag team match, Rollins and Strowman against the OC. The match ended with Rollins rolling up. I think it was Carl Anderson. And afterwards, this turned on into a brawl, and this brawl was actually not bad. It wasn't a bad brawl. The OC gets a lot of good heel heat from it, and Rude and Ziggler come out basically saying that they're gonna win the Raw Tag Team titles at Clash of Champions. Even though I disagree, it could have been any other heel team. It should, the OC should, in my opinion, should have never have lost. They should have never have lost the Raw Tag Team titles. All right, you could have the Viking Raiders in this situation. You could have had AOP in this situation. It doesn't matter. You could just at least had a credible heel team. Rude and Ziggler are not. I don't see them as a heel team. All right, I don't. I just see them as two random individuals, like two random people you would put together in WWE Universe mode, and bam, just trying to make something out of it. That's the way I see it. That's just my opinion. But it was still a good brawl. They took out Seth Rollins, they took out Strowman. The OC hit the Magic Killer on Strowman, and the Styles ended it by hitting a phenomenal forearm. It builds the OC up, getting their heel heat, getting their momentum back, even though they lost earlier in the night, which I disagree with. But Rollins is the tag team champion, so you can't have them losing going into the pay per view. Against that momentum, basically, I still believe at Clash Champions, Rude and Ziggler are going to win just because. But still, I don't care about this feud. But they did tease. Stone Cold Steve Austin said on Twitter, next week, WWE Raw live in Madison Square Garden. There will be a real contract signing between Strowman and Rollins and Stone Cold Steve Austin, in my opinion, the best wrestler of all time, or not the best WWE superstar of all time. All right, my bad. Stop. Not Styles. Stone Cold will be there to moderate the contract signing. I have no problem with that. You know, even though I don't care about the Strowman Rollins feud. So that's what I got to say about that. Um, we had Lacey Evans versus Natalia. Don't care. I don't know if they're building Lacey Evans back up. I hope they not because Lacey Evans should not be near any championships anytime soon. That's my opinion. Then, Lacey Evans won with the women's right. Who cares? Natalia's garbage. Get out of my face. Um, what else happened on this show? We had Cesaro versus The Miz. The Miz will be facing Shinsuke Nakamura at Clash Champions for the IC title. Don't care. Miz won with the Skull Crushing finale. I would say this: if you guys haven't seen NXT UK Takeover from this Saturday, go back and watch. Especially go back and watch Cesaro's match. Absolutely amazing. Um, Other than that, nothing else really happened other than the King of the Ring stuff, which we're gonna get into right now. So, King of the Ring quarterfinals: Cedric Alexander versus Baron Corbin, and I don't have too much to say about this, but I will say this: this match right here was easily the best match that Baron Corbin has ever had on the main roster. I see you, Eric. Vince's voice, but she's blonde. That's good shit. I feel you, bro. Um, this was Baron Corbin's best match on the main roster. The only thing is, I wish I cared more about Baron Corbin. The matches that we have seen in the King of the Ring tournament have been good to great. All right, they are symbol. These matches are symbolizing what the King of the Ring tournament is, building up, future champions. All right, building up future main event players and showing great matches. That's what the King of the Ring is. King of the Ring, who's the best in the ring? All right, I'm loving the matches we see. Tonight was the best match I've seen Baron Corbin had on the main roster since he's been on the main roster in the last 3 years. Very, very good match. Great match, actually. All right. Cedric Alexander killing it, killing it. I wish he was being built up for a feud with AJ Styles. They can still do it, but as much as I would love to see Styles versus Alexander at Clash Champions, there should be more of a feud behind it. All right, give me 3, 4 week build between those two. All right, let's build Alexander up a little bit because the guy can prove the guy is a stud in the ring. He is fantastic. Look at the matches he's had with Drew McIntyre, with Cesaro. This week with Baron Corbin. If you could have a good match with Baron Corbin, all right, Baron Corbin's in my opinion one of the worst. You know, one of the worst superstars in the entire main roster. The guy legit is get off my TV level. The best thing about Baron Corbin is his finisher. That's about it. End of days, one of the best finishers in the entire business. But still, what a great match. But the thing about it is now you look at it, Baron Corbin's in the semifinals. Oh man, please have mercy on our souls. But um, I'm legit getting a little bit worried that Corbin might be winning this thing. Like why? Why? Corbin's not winning no Universal Championship anytime soon. All right, so why? Why are we building up Baron Corbin again? But still, great match. I was hoping that we would get Cedric Alexander versus Ricochet, and we're gonna talk about Ricochet in a sec. Actually, we're gonna talk about Ricochet right now. So moving on, Ricochet versus Samoa Joe, the other quarterfinal match from tonight. This was another good match. All right, another good match. Give it to Andrade. Probably, probably Andrade. At first my pick was Buddy Murphy. I love what Buddy Murphy's been doing, but he got eliminated by I think Ali last week. So Andrade would probably be the best pick. You know, Andrade, that guy, the guy Andrade should be in the WWE title picture on SmackDown. I still don't know why he's not there yet. I would not mind seeing Andrade versus Kofi feud, but I think Orton's gonna win the title from Kofi anyway at Clash Champion. So I don't know, but still, back to Samoa Joe versus Ricochet. I love what we saw tonight. But the thing about it is, Ricochet still hasn't had that 5-star classic. If you guys look at some of his matches from NXT, especially the matches when he was North American champion, man, my goodness, why, why can't Ricochet have that 5-star class? The fact that Ricochet and AJ Styles, none of the AJ Styles and Ricochet had some very good matches during their feud during the summer, but they never had that 5-star match that we were waiting for, that match of the year candidate. I don't know why, they're not letting Ricochet go all the way, like he usually would. Because the guy is so good in the ring. I don't. Why is he being held back? It's not that hard. Not that hard. But still, there was controversy with this match. At the end, Joe and Ricochet, they're fighting at the top of the on the top rope, and Joe gets Ricochet in the coquina clutch, and it looks like Ricochet's fading, and basically at the last moment, it looks like Ricochet's about to pass out. No, Ricochet gets one last boost, one last quick energy boost, and he's able to do a move to send him and Joe flying off the top rope. Basically, the way Joe and Ricochet land, they land both with one arm across each other's shoulders down. The ref rings for the bell. I kind of like what they did afterwards. So basically, what happened is the referee he goes to the timekeeper's area and then he gets on a headset. It's kind of similar to when when in football, when in the NFL, when a coach throws a challenge flag, we see the referee go to the challenge booth to look at it. We kind of see that there. We see the referee. He's on the mic. He's talking to, I guess, one of the producers or people backstage, trying to get their input on what the call should be. We can't hear the person on the other end, but we can see the referee, explaining what he saw. And basically, the way it happens is the referee tells both Ricochet and Joe, I'm going to go backstage and we'll have an official decision in a little bit. You know, then we cut backstage, we come back and we see not Joe, we see Corbin, comes in. Graves is trying to get the answer from the referee, and the referee basically says, um, and Corbin comes out and said, "Oh, too bad. Ricochet and Joe should be eliminated." Says no, neither man is eliminated. And last week, and the thing is, there is history between these two. There's history between these two because you guys remember back when Rollins was feuding with Corbin over the Universal Championship. The ref Corbin kept blaming that specific ref, for his losses. He thought that the ref was the one that was screwing him. But we see the ref, he basically says to Corbin, next week they're going to have a triple threat between Ricochet, Samoa Joe, and Corbin. Winner goes to the finals. I don't know. This is probably WWE's way of just trying to build up a little bit of intrigue with the King of the Ring. Honestly, they did not need to do that. All this, like the controversial finish, all that, it was unnecessary in my eyes. I would have just had Ricochet win and go into the finals. But hey, but what I'm hoping is next week Ricochet gets a big victory, give us a good triple threat. Because usually I'm not a big fan of um a multi I'm not a big fan of multi-person matches. I'm just not. This is my honest opinion. But hopefully next week we get a damn good triple threat match because the King of the Ring matches have been really, really good, burning down the house. But I was gonna say one more thing. Yes, I would have Ricochet win next week, and then in the finals. I don't know when they're gonna do the finals. I don't think they're gonna do the finals at Class Champions. With every single WWE Championship being on the line at Class Champions, I just don't see where they're gonna have time to put in a King of the Ring match, which deserves a good 15 to 20 minutes. Honestly, I would either save that for the night after Raw, or you could save it all the way to Hell in a Cell if you wanted to. All right, we'll have to see what WWE does. But honestly, the final should be Andrade versus Ricochet. All right, and I would have Andrade win in an absolute 5-star classic. That's my opinion. All right, but other than that, that's about all I'm trying to think. That's basically about it for Monday Night Raw. We covered all the big stuff. Clearly, the biggest thing is Sasha Banks and Bayley. The Boston Hug connection is back. Bayley turning heel tonight. Absolutely spectacular. Loving everything about it. Make sure in the comment section, let me know what you guys thought of Bayley's heel turn. Let me know what's talked about in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Also, make sure to follow me on social media. The links are in the description down below. Thanks for everyone that came through on this late night for the live stream. You know, I don't know if I'll be back for SmackDown Live tomorrow. Hopefully, I will be, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, make sure to subscribe, have notifications enabled by clicking the bell right next to my name, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. I'm gonna have tons of new videos talking about this Sasha Banks and Bayley situation. There's so many different scenarios, so many ways this can go. And I am very excited to see where they take this. Other than that, that's about all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.